us a little bit about yourself.
Well, right now we're in Prattville, Alabama. My husband's going to Air War College here, ACSC. So we're only here till June. Our hometown is in Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska. So we'll be going back there towards the end of June. So we're excited about that. Got ready to get back home.
Goodness, how many times,
Oh, sorry.
how many moves will you have had by then?
This is 3.
Yeah.
Before we move back. But then I hope we're done. So.
Well, I hope so, if that's what you're hoping for as well.
I miss my granddaughter and my oldest son. They're back home. So.
Yeah, there's nothing like having the kiddos around, right?
Yes, my youngest is here. He's 16, and my oldest is 29, and then my granddaughter's 2, and I sure miss her.
I bet.
And my son.
So listen, I was reading over some of the information that you provided for us. For those who don't know about it, will you tell us about the Yellow Ribbon Integration Program?
What they do is they have a, I guess, meetings, get-togethers before they deploy. Members deployed, and it's for their families also. The families are getting better at coming.
Yes.
We have it one 30 days after they return, and then another one 60 days. So what I do is I help our coordinator that's in charge of that. So I'm a room monitor. I keep it flowing, and I learn lots of stuff though every time I'm sitting in there. So I love the Yellow Ribbon program. I think it's a great program. It gives great information, and I hope it lasts for a long time. I can't wait to get back home because I haven't been helping since I've been here. So
It's amazing.
I miss my gal.
I just think it's absolutely amazing. My family has done endless deployments, and each deployment, although is so similar, each one is so different, and that's to include the homecoming side of it.
Oh yes, it is. It's a big. I think the worst part is just right before they leave, and
If you can get through that, the
yes,
anticipation,
like the
you've got
first
it made.
week is horrible because that's all those feelings are, and then once you can get past, for me it is. I don't know about others, but that first week, and then coming back, you get all excited, the week that they're coming home, and then kind of reintegrating though back together, and in general, it's kind of hard. So the first
really
deployment
hard.
was really hard because we weren't sure how that was going to be, and it was tough. We really had a hard time with that, but we were, it's a good thing because it's a learning process. So then it's easy to help people.
You're right.
That
It's funny. I think the week before they deploy is the absolute worst. And if you can get through that, you've got it made. And that being said, I think that in terms of homecoming, it's been our experience that it's really based on the age of our children. For example, I had 4 daughters, and I never forget my 10-year-old little Grace saying to her dad, after being gone for 9 months, what do you mean you want to check my homework? I'm like, Grace, you can't be sassy, that kind of thing. And it just really is.
It is an adjustment for the kids.
Yeah.
As well, it's like, well, mom's been in charge, and now dad just comes in and takes over, and it's it's an adjustment, and kids' age do have that does make a difference.
It's great that you're able to share your own experiences with these young families. So thank you. That's great.
Yes,
and you only know by doing it because it certainly is a glamorous lifestyle that we live.
Oh yeah. My son my son and husband were deployed at the same time.
Oh gosh.
Back in 2011, 2012. One was in Iraq and the other one was in Afghanistan. So that was hard.
It is
probably the worst 6 months ever. I mean, my son was gone a year. My husband was gone for 6 months. But that's hard. I don't really wish that upon anybody.
No, I don't either. I have one who's active duty as well, and it's just...
That's hard. It's really hard.
But we do it, right?
Yes. Did you find it harder for your husband to be deployed or your son?
It's a daughter.
Daughter. I'm sorry.
That's okay. How about if I just say I'd rather not have either of them gone?
Yes, that's also. Everybody's like, well, I can't believe, and it's hard, and I agree. It's you don't want either of them to go. You just want
No,
to.
of course not. So,
Well, thank you
change
for
gears. Tell me about your hobbies.
Oh,
How do you relieve these stressful days of yours?
well, usually I do crafts, so I have my own business, so that keeps me busy. I'm in school full time, so that keeps
That
me
keeps
busy.
you busy?
Yes, so I graduate in April next month, so I'm
Wow.
super excited to be finished with school.
Good
I have
girl.
4 years
That's
of studying.
amazing. Wow.
That keeps me busy, and that's helped a lot. We do try to do family things and keep busy, just so it makes the time go faster. And then we volunteer a lot too. My youngest and I, like, we try to volunteer as much as we can.
Now,
Just
do you have any funny military stories to tell us about? I'm sure you must.
I'm not even sure. I was trying to think. My
Just
husband.
silly mishaps of not really knowing about military life, or
Oh, well, I'll tell you, my husband, when he got ready to deploy this last time, he took his uniform in to have his rank sewn on.
oh.
They sewed it on wrong. So he was stressing, so he had to sew it on when he got to Kuwait. I felt bad because I would be worse than the people sewing, and we didn't have anybody around us from Lincoln that can really sew. We have to take it up to Offutt, our bigger base up in Omaha, and they can sew, but we didn't have time.
Oh.
So he thought it was just the end of the world, and it turned out okay.
And everybody lived happily ever after, and
Yeah.
you still laugh about it.
I didn't realize how perfect everything had to be, if I want to say.
You're so funny. So, if you had to turn back the clock, what would you tell your newlywed self?
Oh, be prepared for change, stress, struggle, but it's been well worth every minute. I'm so proud of my husband, and I'm so proud of my son that I wouldn't change a whole lot. I would just tell myself to be better prepared before deployments, after deployments, and just be able to help people deal with that. That's a big,
It is.
big
It
issue.
is. Just being aware.
Oh yeah,
Just being aware.
just enjoy the ride. There's-
You're right, because you can affect it just a little bit, but
yeah,
just go with it.
yeah, just go with the flow. You can't change the world, but you can try just little steps at a time. And
Now, being stationed where you are we were actually in Montgomery for a short
Okay.
time, but are you active with the spouses there?
yeah, actually, I teach an arts and crafts class to the spouses and their children. And then in a couple weeks, I'm excited about this. I'm going to teach the international spouses.
Oh, that's a fun day.
So yeah, I'm excited about that.
And what are you teaching? Do you have a specific thing in mind yet?
Yeah, we're going to do just kind of a basic canvas, just with some, I don't know if you would call them flowers or tree flowers, but something easy to teach them so we can.
That's so much fun working with the international spouses.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that.
Oh, you should be. I think I still have some of those projects, but they're treasures.
Yes, I love it. I let them pick out whatever they want to paint or make or whatever, and then I make it here.
And how many wives, or I should say spouses, you might have males as well. How many are you expecting?
We're still getting the totals in, so hopefully we'll have a full class. Well, we seat 20 in there, so it's in the housing.
Well, if I could invite myself and Zorch myself down for the event,
Yes.
I certainly would.
Yes.
It's so much fun getting together.
And it's great because, at first with the spouses, just like the same ones kept coming, which is great. I've met some great people,
Yeah.
but then as it goes on, more and more join, and then it's amazing how much they know each other or been to the same places that they've been. So that's really neat to hear too. Since we're Guard, we don't really travel like at all. So my story is we came from Nebraska, we're going back to Nebraska, and everybody else is going, all over.
And that's a great story to have.
So, yeah, and at least we know where we're going. And
Of course.
That's great. And
So one more question, and will you just quickly tell us what the highlight of your military life has been?
Oh, geez. Everything. Volunteering. I love to volunteer. Um, just making changes, being there for this, their families, their members. Volunteering's fun. I mean, I really like it. I think it's my passion. I was meant
And what
to
a
do
great
it.
passion to have. You were meant to do this, right?
Yes. I hope that's what I hope. Because when we go back, I'm ready to help out more. We're going to kind of take the arts and crafts thing back to Nebraska. And then we are going to start a arts and crafts, my husband and I, for vets and their caregivers. So combat vets, post-traumatic stress disorder vets, coming and painting, blacksmithing. I have some local artists that are going to come in.
Oh,
And
that sounds
show
amazing.
them. So as soon as we get back, we're working on that here, but we're going to bring a lot of that back to help because it's a good therapy.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. That
So,
sounds like quite a challenge, but a great one. How fun.
yeah. Well, I already teach classes back home anyway.
Right.
I have a door hanger business, so I just started teaching how to paint those, and I just started that right before I left, and everybody was upset because I left because everyone wants to do it.
Just hold on for just a little bit. I'll be
That's
right
actually
back.
really close, and then we're adding more stuff, so they're kind of excited about that. Well, I hope.
Well, of course
So
they are.
I'm excited to bring it back for the military families and the members. So they need an outlet.
They do. Well, keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yes, and
Yes,
I'm
I
delighted
love.
that we got to chat.
Yes, I'm so nice to meet you. I saw the picture on Facebook that you were, or the
Uh-oh.
video we text chat. That was great.
Uh-oh. I don't know if that's good or not. But we've been having fun.
I know the other gal said, "Oh, she's great. You'll love her."
Oh, well, that's very nice.
So yeah, so know that we appreciate you just
Thank
doing
you.
this and taking the time because I'm sure it takes time.
But it's fun, because like you said, you do get to meet other people, and it's amazing how we will cross paths again when we least expect it.
Are you going to come up, or will you be in DC?
You know
Let's
what?
see.
We are actually, I live here in
Oh,
the DC
awesome.
area, so I think it's just going to be a matter of scheduling whether we can make it happen or not. So my fingers are crossed. We got to go last year, and we had a delightful time.
Oh, good. To see familiar faces is going to be awesome.
Well, I'm sure Sam will let everyone know if we're going to be able to make
Oh,
it.
good. Oh, good.
Yes.
That would be great if he could do that, so then we can make sure that I'm sure he'll come find us.
Oh, he will.
Honest down. But we appreciate you.
Thank
guys
you,
doing our
and
story.
likewise. I can't wait to hear these stories about your move back to Nebraska and all the great therapy that you're going to offer our military.
I will actually. I think we got a name picked out. We have the artists started for about the first 6 months.
Yeah.
We need to work on getting, without starting a 501.
Right.
Just to get we just need help with supplies, like to get them, just like maybe canvases and stuff to help them. And that's it. That's all we're working on right now. So
I'm
it'll be
confident
easy.
you're going to get it done.
Well, that's our goal.
Good. Well, enjoy it, and thank you again.
Thank you so much. Thank you for helping me get my Skype working.
Oh, no worries. I didn't do a thing.